go. Welcome in, everybody. Pop a squat, pick a seat around, get cozy comfy. We have a bunch of stories to read today. You can hear me still, right? I moved my mic just ever so slightly. I'm fancy today. It's on a pop filter. Yee. Thank you. Thank you. I'm good to know. For those of you who don't know me, or for those of you returning, it's me, Miss Red, the Frog Lady. Hi. Hi, welcome into Storytime. We are in a special place today, though, because we are at Freedom Rock. Yes, ribbit. Oh my goodness, even Moo is ribbiting. Good job, Moo. That's Moo, my kitty cat. He looks just like a cow. He might also be featured in our story time today. If you hear him, just shout Moo. They all say hi, okay? We are going to do something real special today. So we are reading stories, and hopefully while doing so, making some donations to the kiosk that's beside me in the books. And for every 1,000 linden we get in the kiosk during story time, I will give away a book. There's 5 books. So if we get donations up to 1,000, everybody gets to pick one book they want. I'll just give it to you. Have it. Take it. Now you can read it at home. This is my first time at Freedom Rock. I'm real jazzed about it because I partnered up with Camping for a Cure. Now, if you haven't noticed by the titles of the stories already, some of the... Moo, I'm talking, Moo. Moo also would like to talk to everybody. We can read a story with... If you haven't told yet by the titles of some of these stories, they mayhaps be slightly emotional. We're gonna walk through and work through some feelings, and we're even going to learn a little bit about what cancer looks like in a family dynamic. So if you need to get your tissues, by all means, go grab them. Get your hankies. I'll wait. But we're not going to crack into that yet. We're going to start with Charlie the Ranch Dog. If anybody has a Walmart remotely close to them, IRL, you have probably seen the Ray Drummond kitchenware stuff. It's got real interesting floral prints. Well, that lady that makes the kitchen stuff made this book. Shocker. Am I right? Who knew she did books too? I didn't. Thank you, comma. The Pioneer Woman. Yes. That's her. Well, this is apparently a book that she wrote based on her real life dog, Charlie. And we're going to learn all about what Charlie the Ranch Dog gets up into. Oh, goodness, Abby, I didn't mean to bonk you with the page. Ouch! No! Charlie the Ranch Dog by Ray Drummond. Oh, hello. My name is Charlie. I live in the country. I'm a ranch dog. Who here can make a good dog sound? We got any? Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, woof. Perfect. This is Susie. She is my best friend. We sure don't look much alike, do we? Susie, unfortunately, doesn't have the paws I have, or the droopy ears, or the floppy skin, or the big dangly ears. Susie's ears don't dangle. Never have. Never will. I try not to hold that against her. We're not going to hold that against Susie. Susie's cute as peach. Look how cute she is. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, snap. I see we made it to 2,000. For those just coming in, every 1,000 we get, we're going to give away these books. So if we got 5 books here. If we can get this kiosk to 5,000 donations to the ACS Foundation, then everybody gets all 5 books. So far, we get to pick 2 books. That's exciting. That's exciting. But then again, Susie sure can run and dig and jump. Boing. I've never been much of a jumper. Believe you me, I've tried. I've tried and tried and I've tried again. These old legs just don't work that way. But all that stuff doesn't really matter anyway, 'cause tall or short, slow or fast, tiny ears or floppy ears, there's plenty of work round here for both of us. The first thing we do every day is get out of bed early. Too early. Dark early. I'd better go wake up Susie. She's never been much of a morning dog. Well, guess she was a morning dog today. There's a first time for everything, I suppose. Can you hear me, Jane? Jane! Okay, good. The next thing I have to do is chase Daisy, the cow, out of the yard. Come on now, I know we've got some cow sounds. I know we can do it. Yeah! Moo! Yes! Moo! Daisy the cow. Daisy knows she is not supposed to be in that yard. Some cows never listen though, do they? Well, I guess I'll let Susie go ahead and do it this time. I like to give her a chance to shine every now and again. That's the kind of dog I am. Alrighty, now that Daisy's under control, it's time for me to sniff the porch steps. I've got to keep all the critters out, and sniffing the steps is real hard work, I tell ya. Up and down, sniff, 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 sniff. Yep, all clear down here. It's a good thing I'm here to keep these critters away. Whew, I don't know who else would do it. After the porch steps are good and sniffed, I like to stop and have my breakfast. I can't be expected to do all this work on an empty stomach. Breakfast. Breakfast is my life. After breakfast, I usually go help Mama in her vegetable garden. Mama loves her garden. I don't really understand all the fuss. I prefer a baking garden myself, but I'll go ahead and lend a hand anyway. And by hand, he means rolling in the grass and all the dirt. Sure is a good thing Mama has me help her. Man, there is no way she'd get all this done without me. It isn't even lunchtime yet, and I've already worked harder than most dogs out there. I think I'll just sit down here and rest for a minute. I think I'll Huh? What I miss? Oh, I must have accidentally closed my eyes there for a few seconds. Woo, better get back to work. Holy, work after all is what I do best. I have cattle to round up, fences to fix, and fish to catch. I'm known for my expert fishing skills. What's that on his head? Is that a frog? Is a frog. Ribbit. I don't think that's a fish. You know what? It's all right. We'll count it as a fish. Eventually, we make our way back to the house. Susie's ready to eat lunch by then. I usually go ahead and eat too. I wouldn't want Susie to have to dine alone. And after lunch, Susie likes to lie down and take her afternoon nap. I usually go ahead and lie down too. Wouldn't want Susie to have to nap by herself. Huh? What? What'd I miss? Oh, I must have accidentally closed my eyes again for a few seconds. Hello? Where'd everybody go? We looked in the stable. We looked outside of the barn. We looked by the pond. Looking by the front steps. Rats. I guess they went back to work without me. Nothing else to do but to take another nap, I guess. Wait, what was that? Methinks I hear the sound of approaching beasts. Daisy, no! Oh no, Daisy. Oh no. Ow! Let's hear your howls. Let's hear them. Ow! We're telling the cows to go now get. Go now get, cow. Whoo! I mean, that was a close one. It sure is a good thing I decided to stay home. There is no telling what would have happened if I hadn't been there. My gosh. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll sit down and rest for a minute. I've had a long, hard day of work. I just hope Susie remembers to wake me up in time for dinner. The end of the Charlie the Ranch Dog. And at the back of this book, there's a recipe for the Pioneer Woman and Charlie's favorite lasagna.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I love lasagna.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, this kiosk's almost at 5,000. That means all the books. Every single one of them. You guys are doing great. For those just coming in, I'm Miss Red, the Frog Lady, reading here at Freedom Rock. And the dealio is if we can get this kiosk to 5K in donations to ACS. All the books I'm reading here today, I'm giving out to everybody. Oh my gosh, it happened. Yes! We did it! Yay! Oh, gesture fail. I tried. Yay! Well, stick around when we're done so I can pass them all out, box them all up all cute like, give them to you guys. Thank you guys so much for getting that kiosk up there. That is amazing. You did it. Give yourselves claps, pats on the back, and stickers. Speaking of stickers, I don't know if you've explored Freedom Rock yet, but Nuggets has a campsite here, okay? And at the campsite, you can find, is it 10 or 11? Let me double, triple check that. 10 camp-themed stickers hidden at the Nuggets campsite here. So I suggest you mosey on down the road after story time and you pick up your books from me and you get all them stickers. And if you need help finding it, I'll walk you right to it. We could take a tractor ride. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. Now is when the feels start feeling. So get your tissues. All right? Bring your little tissues nearby. We're going to start talking about our feelings and learn about them, talk about them, put some names to them. With Wemberly worried. I don't know about you, but I think I'm Wemberly. Maybe sometimes, if not all of the times. Wemberly Worried by Kevin Henkes. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. I just wanted to make sure you were still here, Wemberly says to his parents. Little things. Mama, what if I shrink? And all things in between. Wemberly worried in the morning, she worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Graham's got the shirt on that says go with the flow. Mm. Mm. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise that the radiator makes. What if there's a snake inside? Oh gosh.
Oh no.
At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slide and the bars on the jungle gym. Too rusty, too loose, too high, oh my. And always she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? I found her, sweetie. Petal's lost forever. I will wait for you, Petal, while Petal's getting a bath. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. Oh no. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, her mother said, there's nothing to worry about. This is the best present ever. I wish I had my birthday today. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. Oh no. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said Father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only butterfly in the Halloween parade. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
You
God.
worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon, Wemberly had a new worry, school. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. I loved school. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had quite a long list of worries. What if nobody else has spots? What if nobody else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? Oh, what if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? Oh, what if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom and I really need that? What if I hate the snack that was packed? What if I have to cry? Huh. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. Have fun, said Grams. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Miss Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. When Miss Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes, and she was holding a doll. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. This, is Petal, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Come back tomorrow, called Miss Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. The end of Wemberly Worried. Yay! Hi! Hello! Hi, Danny. Welcome in, Mecca. Hello! Oh my goodness. I don't know. I feel like I'm Wemberly. Maybe I will start repeating don't worry. Am I right? Me too, Emmy. Facts. Okay, this is the book, y'all. If you haven't gotten your tissues yet, you will probably need them for this story. We can't have an event surrounding the American Cancer Society without dabbling a little bit about what that might look like. And I figure what better way to do it than with child literature. So we're gonna learn about Hair for Mama by Kelly A. Tinkham. I'm already pre-blowing my nose, y'all. Okay? You hear me? That's a real sniffle. There, somebody's cutting onions. Danny, you're right. It's my cat. He did it. We'll blame the moo. Hair for Mama. Most folks don't know how important hair is, but I do. Hair has always been important to us Carters, especially in October on Picture Day. I look best in a fade. My sister Yolanda likes braids and beads. Little Stevie and Papa have short, natural hairdos, and Mama keeps her hair long and braided, except on Picture Day, when she loops and gathers her braids together like a beautiful black crown. But that changed back in August when Mama got cancer. Mama said cancer was a disease. Some small part inside her was growing too quickly and too big and was crowding out other parts that she needed. Sounded to me like the weeds growing in Mama's flower garden, crowding out the marigolds, petunias, and snapdragons. Mama said she would take a medicine called chemotherapy. Medicine worked to stop the cancer from growing, but she might feel sick and tired and lose her crown of hair. All September, I watched Mama brush her hair thinner every day. Mmm, she said one morning. Seems I'm shedding even more than Sophie. Sophie was our cat. Oh, Mama, I told her, knowing she missed her braids. Even if you lose all your hair, I'll find you more. Mama pointed her brush at me. How are you going to do that, Marcus? I don't know, I admitted, but I will. By October, that promise had slipped my mind. Picture Day was coming. Papa had hired Midge Larson to photograph us under the trees at Crawford Park. Mama loved those fire red maples, blaze orange sassafras, and golden yellow beech. Best trees in Moline County, she always said. But this year, Mama hardly noticed the trees. When I showed her a sugar maple red as a cardinal, she was so tired. All she managed to say was, mm-hmm. By now, her head was bare, and when she smiled, her eyes looked a little sad, like mine did last year when my favorite cousin Ricky moved to Virginia. I worried even more when Picture Day was 5 days away, and Mama hadn't taken us shopping for clothes. I decided to talk to Yolanda. She was 10, 2 years older than me. Mama's sick, she said, real sick. My promise sneaked into my mind, and I couldn't help saying, nothing a little hair won't solve. Yolanda rolled her eyes. It's not that simple, Marcus. Some people don't get better. Mama will, I said. She's taken the medicine. She'll get better. That Monday night, I asked Mama about Picture Day. She felt queasy and was resting in the chair while Papa cooked supper. Her face was puffy and pale. We'll have pictures, she said, squinting at me, but I don't think I want to be in them. Me, with no hair? I don't have the heart to see a picture of myself with no hair. Mm-mm. Yolanda dropped her book and leaned on Mama's chair. It won't be the same without you, she pleaded. You can wear a gown. No one will know you're bare underneath. I'll know I'll have no hair. Mama got a faraway look in her eyes and she said, I don't want to be remembered that way. It didn't seem right, Mama not being in the pictures. I'll find you hair, I told her. Yolanda rolled her eyes at me again. Mama didn't say anything. She only smiled and went right back to dozing. All the next day I kept my thinking cap buckled. What? Working on finding hair. After school, Mama took us shopping at DeWitt's department store. You go ahead, she said. I'll be along shortly. We headed straight for the toys, though we didn't make it that far. I stopped at the Halloween aisle. It was full of costumes, masks, and something else. Look, I said. Hair! Wigs of hair! Yolanda and I snatched several. Ooh, try these on, I told Mama. I don't know. She hesitated until Yolanda begged. After looking around, Mama knelt and took off her hat. I helped pull a wig on her head. Well, she said, am I beautiful? Too red. I laid the doll hair down. Yolanda tried witch hair. Too gray. The scarecrow hair was a little too pokey. The clown wig was a little too colorful. Seemed the afro was closest to Mama's real hair, but not quite right either. I was about to try another when Mama took my hands in hers. Marcus, Mama cannot wear these costume wigs, okay? I don't feel like myself in them. I feel like a striped tiger dressing up in spots. You understand what I'm saying? I nodded. Inside, my heart felt tighter than those knots that Papa made when he tied my shoes. I knew if I was to find hair Mama would wear, it would have to be something special. The week slipped by. Soon it was Friday evening, before picture day, and the knots in my heart were harder than ever. Mama was worn out all the time, but I couldn't sleep. Finally, I drifted off that night, praying for a double miracle, that Mama would be in the family picture and get better. The next morning, the sunrise set, the trees on fire with colors. Mama fixed Yolanda's braids. Papa used to pick on his and Stevie's dews, but I wasn't a bit closer to finding hair for Mama. After breakfast, Papa dropped me at the barber shop while he ran Saturday errands. Tell Mr. Dorr to freshen your fade, he told me. Not too short, okay? Mr. Dorr was cutting a man's hair. Clip, clip, clip. Hair tumbled to the floor. I glanced once, then twice, at the pile around Mr. Dorr's shoes. And that's when I knew exactly what I needed to do. Mr. Dorr called me to the chair. So, how's your mom been? I didn't know what to say, so I answered, she's coming along fine. I wanted him to hurry up and cut before Papa came back. Well, good, said Mr. Dorr. Need your usual today? Nope. I hoped Mr. Dorr wouldn't question me too much. Trim it all off, please. Now, Marcus, you always get a fade. He reached for the telephone. I better call your mama. No, I said. Mama's resting. Papa dropped me off, told me to tell you what I needed. Mr. Dorr let the phone rest. All right, Marcus. Hope I don't get in hot water for this. I sat stock still while the trimmer hummed. Mama would have hair. She would be in the picture, and she would get better. Soon, Mr. Dorr whirled me toward the mirror. All right, all done, boy. I couldn't believe my eyes. I looked different, like Mama. I must have sat staring longer than I realized because when I finally looked, the floor was clean. Where's my hair? I was frantic. I need that. Mr. Dorr laughed. You don't want your hair, Marcus? It's been all on the floor. I swept it into the trash can with everybody else's. I burst into tears. My plan hadn't given me a single hair. I cried until Papa came to pick me up. Marcus, said Papa, what happened? I couldn't stop crying to answer. Mr. Dorr had to explain. Papa pulled me close. What's going on, son? Hair, I gulped. Mama needed hair. I cut mine to give it to her. I sucked in another breath, but Mr. Dorr threw it away. Now I was sobbing. Papa said goodbye to Mr. Dorr and took me home. Mama was waiting on the porch. Papa took my hand and led me to her. Now tell Mama what you tried to do today. Nervously, I told her the story. She didn't say a word. Her lips were squeezed tight. Her eyes glistened like cups of water ready to spill. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm really sorry I lost your hair. Baby, you didn't lose anything. Mama held my face between her hands. I don't need hair when I have you. But without hair, you won't get better, I said. Who will be my mama if you go away? Oh, Marcus, she said, finding me hair wouldn't make me better or worse. Though I don't like being this way, it doesn't mean the medicine is working hard inside me to stop the cancer. And the doctor says I'm making progress. Mama slipped her arm around me, but I promise I will never stop being your mama because I'll always be with you in your heart. My love wraps itself around you and won't ever let go. No matter what? I asked. No matter what, she said. I'm a taking a tissue cat. I hugged Mama so tight that those knots in my heart loosened and fell away. Soon we had a family bear hug, and I knew we would meet whatever happened down the road together. Before leaving for the park, Mama said, Wait a minute. She ran inside the house, and when she came back out, she had her gel wrapped around her head, just like Yolanda had suggested. Now, let's get some family pictures taken, she said as she was smiling. That afternoon, Midge photographed us by the Crawford River. Mama said the trees were wearing their best colors just like us, and 1 month later, my hair was growing back just fine. 3 months later, Mama came home from the doctor with good news. The chemotherapy is working. In 6 weeks, the treatments will be done. At least for now, no more cancer. Yippee! We whooped and hollered around the house. Mama took me in her arms and rubbed the fuzz growing on my head. What do you say, Mama? Try a little hair again, too? I say yes. Hair was nice to have, but not as nice as me having Mama and Mama having me. Papa said soon as the dogwood trees bloomed, we were starting a new Carter tradition. Family pictures in May. Think I'll try a new hairstyle. Wonder what Mama will think of me with braids. The end of Hair for Mama by Kelly A. Tinkham.
Thank you.
While that pulled at our heartstrings, I think that has a really good message about hair and how, while we don't really realize how important hair is to all of us that we have it or maybe we don't, it's a good message. And not all stories end super duper happy like that, but I'm very happy that hair from my mama did. Because I don't know if I could have taken it. I don't know. Oh, goodness. Let's just shake it out. Oh, Jane, that's wonderful news that she fighted and won. Let's take a collective deep breath. Let's right and just like, wiggle your wrists around. Just get that sad. Let's get the sad moving. It was Mecca. I think so too. It while very emotional, I think it was a great book and a children's book at that. So I think it's wonderful somebody out there is writing literature like this so that kids can understand a little bit better. We are going to shift our sadness into learning about Tumford the Terrible. Tumford looks just like my Moo who was talking earlier, except Moo is not this thunky bo wonky bo chunky. He's oddly enough a little cowboy, not like Tumford the Terrible by Nancy Tilman. In the wee little village of Sweet Apple Green, in the tiniest cottage that you've ever seen, lives a cat causing trouble within and without, a cat named Tumford, Tumford Stout. But love isn't measured in muddy galoshes or broken tea dishes or trampled on squashes. No, love is a thing that just happens, you see, like the way I love you and the way you love me. And so it goes, Georgie and Violet Stout loved their cat Tumford day in and day out. They fed him with Violet's twinkle fish pie, and they nicknamed him Tummy. Can you guess why? Yeah, he big. But oh dear, oh my, there was one small pity. Tumford, it seems, was a most stubborn kitty. In spite of the manners he often forgot, he would not say, I'm sorry. Oh no, he would not. Instead, do you know what Tumford Stout did? Well, I see you've guessed it. That's right. Tummy hid in a paper bag. Oh, that's pretty. Of all of the things he thought were the worst. Bum, bum, bum. Saying I'm sorry most surely came first. One day, Vi and Georgie both said to each other, as Tumford Stout's father and Tumford Stout's mother, we could try a plan of a different kind. Perhaps with a treat, Tummy might change his mind. In the village today, there'll be a big fair. It would be grand if we all went there. But Tummy, Vi said, look me straight in the eyes. If you make a mess, you'll apologize. You must promise, Tummy, 100%. I promise, said Tumford. And off they all went. Is that a duck? Is that a duck? But as Violet was eating and Georgie was pitching, out of the blue, Tummy's nose started twitching. Something smelled marvelous over the hedge. My, he could see it right there on the ledge. It wasn't his usual baked twinkle fishes, but kippers, his favorite of all fishy dishes. Before they could join in a game of Red Rover, Tum had forgotten himself and jumped over. Oh! Then the crash and the squeals and the shouts. Oh! Then the trouble that met Tumford Stout. Heavens and stars of all Sweet Apple Green, Tum had spilled fish on the village fair queen. And I'll bet you know just what Tumford Stout did. That's right, you guessed it. Tumford Stout hid. Those words are just awful, he thought. I can't do it. They'd stick in his throat and he'd choke. He just knew it. It wasn't that he was all bad, Tumford Stout. It was just so hard to get those words out. But then, as he hid, a new thought started growing. It warmed up his tummy and toes and kept going. The thought grew so large that he said it out loud. It might feel good if I make the Stouts proud. It might make them happy and me happy too. Maybe that's why it's the right thing to do. I'll bet you've guessed what comes next in the story. Tumford stepped forward and said he was sorry. He meant those words too, and what's better than that? For nothing is worse than an insincere cat. Both the Stouts cheered, then the crowd cheered again, because everyone felt so wonderful then. And Tummy just sat back and purred at the wondrous effect of that one little word. And so, there you go. That's the end of the story of how Tumford Stout finally said he was sorry. There aren't always cheers when he knocks over platters, but he's always loved, and that's all that matters. The end of Tumford the Terrible. Hello, welcome in, and welcome back to those coming back. It's Bandit! It's Bandit! What the dog doing? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Oh my goodness! We are on our last book. Ah! Thank you guys for coming out and to story time here with me today at Freedom Rock and for running up the donations on this kiosk to get all the books and to help benefit American Cancer Society. I really appreciate that. At 5 p.m., we have a live singer coming up called Austin Moores, and the promise is still on the table for anybody that needs a tour down the street to take us to the Nuggets campsite to get those awesome stickers. I can do that. Have no problems. The stickers! I know. I love stickers. I'm real jazzed about it. I'll show you, Mecca. Don't worry. I'll take you to the sticker place. Our last book of the day is The Way I Feel. We've learned a lot about feelings and what feelings are and saying I'm sorry and all that. Now we're going to learn how to really identify what those feelings are with The Way I Feel, written by Janan Cain. Silly. Silly is the way I feel when I make a funny face and wear a goofy, poofy hat that takes up lots of space. I guess I'm silly because I love a good hat. Scared. I'm shaking because I'm scared. All alone in the dark at night, the thunder and lightning crash and roar. Hold me close and turn on the light. Disappointed. The plans were made so long ago for you to visit me today, but now you can't come after all. I am disappointed we can't play. Happy. The smile you see upon my face as the sun shines in the sky shows the world that I feel happy and my mood is soaring high. Sad. Sometimes I feel so very sad and really don't know why. Instead of playing and having fun, I cry and cry and cry. Angry. Arr. Angry is how I feel right now. I shout with a mighty roar. I mostly want to frown and growl and stomp upon the floor. Rawr! Yeah, let's hear your best. Rawr! Thank. Wow! Oh! Oh! That's some anger right there. thankful. The wheel fell off my brand new truck. I needed some help from you. You kindly fixed my favorite toy. I'm thankful for all you do. And I'm thankful for all each and every one of you do. Frustrated. I'm frustrated because I can't do it. It's hard and I want to cry. I don't know whether to give up or to give it another try. Oh, I like that. I'd say give it another try. Give up! Shy. If someone says hello to me, I suddenly feel so shy. Instead of waving back at them, I hide my face and walk on by. I'm so shy. Bored. I can't make up my mind. There's nothing I want to do. The day drags on and on. I'm feeling bored and blue. I know, right? Sometimes. Excited! Excited! I'm bouncing like a rubber ball. I'm more excited than I can say. It's really hard for me to sit still when I'd rather jump and play. Jealous. I want to play with you right now. I don't think it's taking turns is fair. I'd rather have you to myself. I'm jealous when I have to share. Mmm.
Oh no.
Proud. I did it! I did it! I shout to the crowd, getting dressed by myself, and it makes me feel proud. Ooh, ooh. Feelings come and feelings go. I never know what they'll be. Silly or angry, happy or sad, they are all a part of me. The end of The Way I Feel. Now we have the perfect descriptor words to put with our feelings. Yay! You're welcome. More. Usually I do have encores, but today we're running a tight schedule because we got concert coming up in just a few minutes with Austin Moore. I know. It's okay. This won't be the last story times. I promise. And guess what? It's going on the YouTube channel. I do. Oh, go. Oh, I know. Let me see. Let me make sure. Here. If you're not following me on my socials, here you go. I got Facebook, Discord. I got an in-world group too, but I know in-world group space is a little finicky. Okay, don't go anywhere yet, though. Give me just a few minutes. I'm going to pack up the books real quick, and I'm going to get them all out to you guys, okay? Hold on. Sit tight. Right quick. Don't go nowhere. Don't get up. The floor is lava.